plaintiff, Alexander Smith, was friends with the defendant, and he claims the defendant had an elderly sugar mama who financially supported him. Alexander claims he loaned the defendant money for a DNA test, but instead he spent the money on a fetish website and never paid him back, so he's suing. Defendant Royce Conrad admits that his sugar mama took good care of him, but he insists he shared anything he got from her with Alexander. Royce is countersuing because he claims Alexander defamed him by claiming he's addicted to a fetish website.
Start with you.
Me and my friend Royce, we met around age 10 or 11. We both went to different Catholic schools, but met at a Catholic school festival. Royce was running away with a large gallon bag of mid-grade marijuana.
Running away?
Yeah, he was running away from somebody, but...
Oh, okay.
I never met him at that point. He threw it into my hands and came back later. I gave it to him, and we smoked together for the first time.
All right. At what age? 10 or 11?
10 or 11, yeah. The rest is history.
What is that history?
Well, you know, Royce was getting into a lot of trouble in middle school, so we kept our distance. But through high school and around the time that I moved out of my parents' house, he allowed me to move into his parents' shed. So
Shed? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was living in the shed. We had a lot of good times. Around that time, we were trying to find ways to get money.
How old were you?
This time, I'd say 18, 17.
You hadn't escalated into hard drugs, had you?
No, just cannabis.
Weed and alcohol. That's
Yes.
All right.
But we were struggling to find money, and around this time, there was an old lady that would come by and pick up Royce every day for 3 or 4 hours. He'd come back with $80, $90. So
After she bring him back, he leave broke with the old lady and come back with a pocket full of money.
yes, sir. So
Don't call people 40 and 50 is not old, sir. So I don't. That's why you laugh. That's not. It might
she
be
might have
older
been
than
80
you
or
guys.
90.
Pardon me?
She might have been 80 or 90. But he got the money.
Maybe she took him to clean up the nursing home or something to get
Maybe
some
that was
extra
it.
money for himself. That was just that one time.
No, it was every day. It
The
was,
same woman?
yes.
Oh, that was his woman for sure.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
it.
no. He a geriatric freak. No problem. I mean, people into their thing. You're into what you're into.
Hey,
That's
by
your
all
thing.
means.
That's your thing. Go ahead, hit all the nursing homes, senior buildings, whatever you do. I don't have no judgment, and you shouldn't either. This is what he like? Is that what you like?
Absolutely, I liked it at the time.
There you go.
Yeah.
80, 90?
Yeah. Well, you know, he shared the money. He always looked out for me. So when it came time,
You know, I have a large, mature viewership.
Absolutely.
All right, so you
absolutely.
might have to
Looking
fight
forward
your
to
way
it.
out the building, doctor. Go ahead. Woo! You hear him, girl? There he is. That young boy?
All right.
All right. They said, we thought it was over for us, but so you see that handsome young man? I get him first. I got a pension. She don't have no pension. I'm a widow. I got an estate. My husband left me, young man.
Whew. We need parts of that.
I hope you're kidding, man. You kidding?
Defendant Royce Conrad is being sued by his former friend, and he claims Royce had an elderly sugar mama who financially supported him.
You're actually serious. He used
I'm
to have
serious.
a
yes,
very elderly woman
yes,
come pick him up,
yes,
broke. He come back with money.
yes.
Wow.
Clothes clean, hands clean. It's not like he went to work. She took him to drop him off to do some work at her home.
Oh, no.
I don't believe you.
There was some work in her home.
Oh, Lord have mercy. This is real. I should have known. I got a friend like that. We just refer to him as liking old ladies or older women, mature women, as I call them.
Mature.
And so that's not unheard of.
There was no
Think about it
problem.
long enough, I might mention his name, but I'm trying to see if I can get sued. Because the truth is the #1 defense to defamation and slander.
Right.
So I'm just going to throw his name out there. My buddy, people sue me without even a claim. It may not have anything to do
Right,
with
right.
whether the law has been violated. I sue you. So, just kidding anyhow. Go ahead. You used to see him every day, come and go with his woman.
He always came back and shared what he had. So, you know, we were one and the same. And as years passed, you know, it was late last October where Royce and I reconnected, and
Let me hear from you.
I mean, how far back?
Give me just where he started. See if you have the same take on that friendship.
Well, yeah. So basically, you know, we both went to Catholic school together. You know, we were kind of the bad kids at Catholic school, so we kind of just clicked right away. We met at the festival, and that was actually, yeah, like actually I did kind of take someone's weed and I shared it with Alex, you know. So pretty much just, however, we're kind of by any means necessary types of people, you know, like although we went to Catholic school, clearly, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's just by any means necessary. And, you know, at the time, the means were, you know, were Rosa and what was Rosa, you know. Rosa took very good care of me. But that's not where our bond had started. Our bond had really just started us smoking blunts together and sharing our love for cannabis, you know. So yeah, we just, you know, we enjoyed our time together as teens. When we were right after high school, Alex had came and lived in my shed where I actually had my pet pig living at the time. And, you know, Alex, he kind of facilitated the parties back there in the shed as that was kind of his humble abode at the time. But we always had a good time. We utilized the $80 that I was getting from Rosa. And we, you know, we put it to use, you know. You get a 30 rack natural ice for about $8. So, you know, the parties were always supplemented, you know, and that was really just what we were about, is having a good time, you know. Around the age of, I was 20, I believe, I actually went to prison for 5 years. So that's when me and Alex, we didn't necessarily lose contact, but we didn't talk as much.
Was it drug related?
It was a robbery of drugs. You know, the case is over, so I can speak on it. It was a robbery of drugs. Now, I wasn't actually...
Just like you were taking the folks' weed and sharing it with him. You tried this as an adult and got locked up.
Pretty much. Make a long story short, you know, so last September, I was fully released, and, you know, Alex and I started hanging out, and, well, I'd met a girl at the club, and she was saying that I had, or that she was pregnant with my child, and at the time, I already had a girlfriend saying that, or well, my girlfriend was in fact pregnant. So
I thought you. Well, I guess these days you can. No age limit, I guess. You can get...
Oh, she was actually my age.
Oh.
Yeah, she was my age.
Okay. I thought you were doing your usual thing, 70 and up. Okay.
But the thing is the second one, we thought it was sort of a scam.
It was a scam, sir. If she told you she was pregnant at 80, yeah, it was a scam.
she was like 20. This one was.
Oh, then you're down to 20 now. All right.
I didn't switch the scale over, you know, a little bit. I figured I lost some years.
90 years old, another minute to 70. Now you're down to 20-year-old.
I figured I'd get in touch with my youth, you know. But yeah, so being that she was saying that she was pregnant, I didn't know what to do because I really didn't know the girl. You know, this had happened prior to me meeting my girlfriend. I had a girlfriend who was pregnant at this time, so I wasn't really sure what to do about this other allegations of her being pregnant and me being the father. So I reached out to Alex, and he said that we would pay for a prenatal DNA test, and those are expensive. You know, they're upwards of $2,000. So that was initially when Alex gave me the $2,000.
Defendant Royce Conrad is being sued by his former friend, and he claims Royce had an elderly sugar mama who financially supported him.
Let me hear from you about this $2,000 you're suing him for.
So, after Royce was released, we hadn't talked as much as before, and I had heard from him after a long while, letting me know that there was this woman that was claiming she was pregnant and that he needed a prenatal DNA test costing about $2,000. He wanted a loan, so we met. I have text messages showing when he requested the money, when we met.
What was the payment terms? Repayment, rather.
We had an understanding. At first, Royce said that he would pay back $150 a week. But I told him that, you know, if he's ever short, whatever's necessary, even if it's $50, even $10, just showing that he's making an effort to pay it back.
And he hasn't paid you anything?
Yes.
What type of excuses has he given you?
So it was months of texts before he told me that he didn't have it, and then I learned that he had spent all of his money on his OnlyFans addiction, as well as strip
OnlyFans?
Yes.
Senior citizen version?
They may be on there, yes.
Do they have the senior citizen version, OnlyFans?
Yeah.
OnlyFans, for those who might not know, or mature generation might not, is where I think men and women perhaps have these private exhibitions, and people don't even have to pay like $9 a shot or to be a member or something.
Yeah, it ranges for whoever the OnlyFans account is. They choose the subscription price. It's an internet content subscription service.
Don't act like you have to read. Now you're acting like he has to
Yeah,
read.
he's looking for a reference.
You know
He
exactly
is the
what
reference.
it is. Right, huh?
He's on it this morning.
Right, yeah, you were on it this morning.
that browser history,
Come here,
Mathis.
talk about, it is a, hold on, let me read that. I can't. You can recount that in your sleep. As well as you know. You are OnlyFans fanatic?
I mean, I'm a philanthropist, you know what I mean? So I was supporting single mothers across the United States. I mean, you know, this is how people support their families with OnlyFans, and I'm the only fan right here, you know what I mean? But I'm not the only fan in this courtroom, if you know what I mean. There's one right next to me.
I know when he started acting like he didn't know what it was. That's okay.
Absolutely knows what it is.
And so you say you're a supporter of all single mothers. Do you
Yeah,
pop
absolutely.
off your money at strip clubs too?
Oh, Alex and I have attended strip clubs together, you know. Actually, that was kind of partially my problem with, did you notice how he said that if there was a discrepancy with the amount that I could pay, whatever works?
Mm-hmm.
His keyword was whatever works. So, you know, there was a time, you know, I bought him a private dance with Candy, and he had been really gawking over Candy for some time. So I felt that that was an adequate payment for that week, you know.
That was a separate.
Was that $20?
$20? No, Candy was a little bit higher class. It was about $75.
He was paying
For a
back
lap
for
dance?
Newports.
Huh? Private lap dance. Yes, private dance. That's when it's in the
You go into a room? Or,
Yes, you go in the room. We don't know what happens in the room.
So strip clubs have separate little rooms for people to go in.
Absolutely, absolutely. And my room
You
was
don't know what's
utilized that
happening in
night.
there.
Yeah, well, I can almost assume.
rooms.
But
Trick rooms. Yeah, my man know the game. He done been around me long enough. My man. He said trick room. We gotta use that. Next time somebody, a patron of strip clubs come in, that's what we're gonna have to ask. You ever go to the trick room? What are you talking about? Let Doyle explain. Doyle, tell him what it is. Trick room. You know what it is. So you used to go in the trick. You took him in the trick room.
absolutely.
Where it cost $75.
Exactly.
Right.
You better start with the $20 ones. Lap dance. So once you get a lap dance, do they cost $20?
It just depends. It just depends. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Some women can charge more than others for a lap dance in the same strip club.
Absolutely. It just depends how well equipped, you know,
Okay.
that each woman is,
That's
you know.
discrimination.
And what
So-
services she might offer or whatever else.
Even though they're doing the exact same thing, but
Right.
they're discriminating based on looks and body shape and all
Oh,
that.
absolutely,
No
absolutely.
wonder all of them getting them shots and stuff.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's an investment.
One shot equal $30 a dance.
That is an asset.
Another
for
shot,
lack
you
of
get
better word.
$40 a dance.
No pun intended, but that's an asset. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, now I have a better understanding
Yeah.
for the strippers
For
who get
yourself,
shots because it increases their rate. I'm with it now. All right.
Defendant Royce Conrad is being sued by his former friend, and he claims Royce had an elderly sugar mama who financially supported him.
So, the $2,000, why do you think you shouldn't have to pay him today? And then tell me about your counterclaim.
So my whole thing is that Alex, you know, defamed my character on Facebook. You know,
What character is that?
my character is that I'm a good, caring, wholesome gentleman, you know, for the ladies of Columbus that would like to be, you know, courted.
All right.
However, he made them think that I'm an OnlyFans content addict, you know, that I've
How
got.
often do you watch it?
Honestly, sir, I really am not. I've never really partook. Now I've gone on some other websites where I might have seen some content for free, but as far as purchasing subscriptions, not really. Like, you know, like I said, like I support the single moms and stuff, but it just isn't. It isn't to the extent that has been claimed, and I felt that made me look a certain way. You know what I mean? I think we've all seen OnlyFans. I think we've all might have put a little payment addition on there before, a little tip or whatever. You know, we've all done it before. But it
Never did it in my life.
Me either.
Never been on any of
I'm
that.
not until you try it, Judge Mathis. But the thing is when you got all the girls on Facebook seeing like, hey, he's an OnlyFans content addict, which were his words, just looks a little shady, looks a little weird. You know what I mean? So, you know, I felt kind of.
You look shady and weird. You saying that they think
yeah, when
you
he's
act?
making it sound like I'm spending $2,000 worth of OnlyFans content.
Okay.
I mean, do I have a hard drive even big enough to store all that? I mean, geez, like, and even then, what would I do with all that? I mean, I don't got enough time in the day to look at all that content. You know, I wish I did, but you know, there's the, you know, Rosa's replacements and everything else. You know what I mean? I'm a busy man. So.
All right, sir. You certainly are busy from what I'm hearing. And I'd like to compliment you guys. It doesn't sound like you went into hard drug use. I can kind of get a sense of when folks have been addicted to hard drugs. So even though you started at a young age, most young people starting that age segue into hard drugs by adulthood. And you all didn't, and I think my lucky star that I didn't. But same age, same stuff. I started out with weed and alcohol at age 10. Boone's Farm Wine. Then we went to MD 2020, Mad Dog 2020. Then we went to Wild Irish Rose.
Oh, let's just go.
So, glad you all stopped there. I will grant your judgment, however, sir. His defense, that's no defense to not being able to pay. And your defamation claim, I'm going to dismiss that as well. His statements were his opinion based on his observation of his good friend. His opinion is that you were hooked on OnlyFans.
But I mean, wouldn't it be my opinion that you know that I'm not going to pay that due to that defamation?
That's not an opinion. That's an order to pay him. Have a good day.
All right.
Judge for the plaintiff, your claim.
Thank you, Judge Mathis.
Yeah.
Royce, you've been my brother for 15 years now. This was a tough time through this loan and through this time, but I'm happy that we were able to settle this. I'm happy that you were willing to come here today,
Absolutely.
stand before the judge, and make things right.
I'm sorry, man. You know, I just didn't think, I didn't really want things to get out of hand. I was just really upset, like, you know, when everybody started bombarding my Facebook inbox, sending me the link to your post, and, you know, then I started getting all these advertisements from other girls to go click their content, you know, for real. And, you know, it was just like, dang, like I felt like a pervert, you know, so, you know, I apologize, you know, but we're all past that now, you know, so, you know, I'd like to, can I shake his hand? Yeah. Thank you, Alex, man. Appreciate you, brother.